Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for a weekly angel reading for January the 29th through February 4th, 2018. So let's take a moment to take a deep breath together and let us align with the frequencies of love that reside within our heart space. Let us also open up our hearts to receive the love and support of the angels. And the angel numbers 44 are coming up, and fours, which it means that the angels are with you when you see these numbers. And the message from the angel numbers 101, book by Doreen Virtue, for 44, it says the angels are giving you extra comfort, love, and support right now. Ask them for help with everything and listen to their guidance through your intuition. So you're getting lots of support from the angels right now, and lots of love and caring. And so they're asking you to speak with them, to give them everything that's on your mind instead of holding things in. And I'm starting to feel like that this is going to relate into experiences in your life this week, that you need to open up to your angels in your life as well, and reach out for, and they're confirming that by saying yes, and reach out for support. Don't feel as though you have to do everything alone, or without some assistance. It's wise to know when you need support, when you need assistance, when to know what you are good at and to do that, and those other aspects that you may need to work on, to know who is good at that and letting them support you and help you, working maybe as a team to get things done. They're just giving me a sense of, it feels like what I'm seeing is like this movie theater screen, and I'm seeing like a path, which could be the aisle, but it feels as almost that there's something like the screen, there's a path that will let something come off the screen and right into your life. And so I'm feeling like that you have this opportunity to also, something you've been imagining, something you've been seeing or visualizing. Usually the movie screen is my symbol for seeing the bigger picture, but it feels like that you have this opportunity to materialize or make a connection. Like there's going to be some kind of bridge or support, allowing you to connect with your dreams or your visions or your what you've been imagining. There's a way to bring almost something onto the page, is that feeling. And you can do this, but you need a little support, especially because they're showing me teeth, and when I see teeth, it means self-criticism getting in the way of blocking you, because you're just overthinking it, and you may need just some support, that a different, is right in the word look, like a different outlook. Maybe this keeping an open mind, they're saying, being open to those others who you feel a connection with, and because they may be able to help you get a different outlook or a different perspective on what you're trying to do. So it's like you feel like you have to get there on your own, but there are people present in your life that can help you sort of, I don't know why I want to say like, um, get that peace that you need. I can't, I hear the phrase, but I feel it. When I say hear, I feel it, but I just can't get it out. But it's like you need someone to just help you um, to maybe find the right words, or it's like they have the peace that you're looking for, and they can help you translate it into some kind of terms, practical terms that everyone else will understand, or they'll help you translate it. They say that in a way, they write the word effort so that it'll be less effort. Right now, you're right on it, and you really, and you know you could bring this thing through for yourself, but it's just that the way you're going about it, the way you're translating it is with a lot of effort, which is creating the resistance. It's not allowing it to flow, and you you someone, or there's some, even if it comes from the angels, can help you to translate it so that it's not so much effort. It's like the way you're looking at it and the way you're sort of going about it is just creating this sort of mental block. So, this is an opportunity to, I get a sense, take a break. Sometimes that helps as well, and or look at it from a different angle, or just go with the flow, and just show up and see what happens. Don't worry so much, because the more you do that, the more you really keep expanding the gap between you and the realization of it. All right, so they know that you're feeling a little vulnerable around this, whatever it is for you. And there is a sense of emotional sensitivity, but there's also a sense of your timeline that you're working on, and you're checking the timeline, and you're saying, "Oh, I'm not there yet, and I'm not where I need to be on this timeline." And so the more you keep evaluating or measuring like where you are, the more you get sort of off that timeline. It seems like you're not able to catch up because you're chasing yourself instead of doing, instead of being. You're stepping out and questioning, or measuring, and you can't be actually fulfilling and sort of analyzing yourself at the same time. It distracts your focus and your of what you're trying to achieve. I feel like I'm seeing like the energy of a dragon come through, and so, and we had this come up in some of the cards this week, and so you can call upon their energy to also kind of clear the energy, clear the path with their spiritual fire, and to clear that low level thinking of fear. Okay, so we're not talking about evil here, but we're talking about wanting to clear your space, so in your mind and your heart, so that you are sort of in a state of awareness or consciousness where you're accessing the highest levels of possibilities, and that you have that your clarity, your vision is coming from this level. So in this way, when you call upon the angels and your guides to come in and clear your space, what you're doing is asking them to raise the level of consciousness around you and within you, in order to allow you to be sort of a part of the affluence of ideas and understanding that level of consciousness is always experiencing. So you're asking for a new level of experience, so that you can rise above that inner critic within you. Okay, so let's see what else is kind of coming up here. I'm feeling like I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the cards here. and just sort of seeing like a front view window, like in a bus or car or something like this. And so it gives me a sense. Okay, let's take a look at this card here. And this is the Archangel Uriel. Okay, and this card, this card is, I've come to appreciate this card, but for many years it was like, this is the card that I want when you want an answer, and it's like saying the answer, and you're like, it frustrates you. You know what I mean? So the thing is that this is Archangel Uriel, and and you want to call on Archangel Uriel to inspire your thoughts, to give you that clarity, to help you to help bring that spiritual understanding. Especially you want to work with Archangel Uriel when you're working on very complicated problems, when you're problem solving, if you're studying something and you're trying to learn and you need that sense of enlightenment, or to inspire your mind, to be open, to be fresh and renewed. So, and this is something wherein, so I'm seeing like now a vision sort of the Marseille Tarot magician card, where he has this table and these things on it, and so there's it's sort of this thing that like you got this bag of tricks, it's like you have more abilities than you recognize within yourself. You have the ability to convince, persuade, when you are really sure of yourself, and when you're doing something that you're really good at. Like you have a lot of tools is what I'm getting from Archangel Uriel. And if you don't hesitate to use those tools, to trust those instincts, you just got to make up your mind, and that you're going to jump in and you're going to, do what you know how to do, or to do what you do best. And that when you do what you do best, you have all the tools there. You have the ability to, you have the like I said before, you have this way of yeah, you can be very persuasive. Don't know why it was so hard to get that word out of my mind. Or I guess I was trying to find the phrase in which I was hearing it. You have this gift of persuasion, and all you have to do is believe in what you're doing. And so, I'm feeling like that. Seeing this, and I'm just seeing this vision of this magician, and it looks like something from Renaissance sort of time, like but the thing is that what's coming to me is it's like this magician reminds me of somebody who's standing out on the street corner, and out of the context of that time reminds me like of a street vendor, someone who may be starting up a new business or something like this, and is presenting this product. Maybe I'm also feeling that this could be in the context of maybe you're attending like a fair or some kind of event, like where a whole bunch of people are showing like their new inventions, new products, and it's a place where everybody can come and sort of see you. Something like this, like a convention, or there's something like this. And what I'm getting a sense of is, with the magician sort of appearing to me, is that you're gonna be successful with this. This is the right time for you to go out there. You have the idea, you have your goal, it's clear in your mind, and now is the time to put it out there, to present it, to see, just to get an idea too of people's response. So don't set only don't set your goals by one standard. Don't set one goal, don't set one standard of success for yourself. Have different levels of, have different standards of success. That, because I know you're going to measure yourself. And so, you know, if you get like a sense, or like maybe the feedback, let's just say one standard would maybe like, oh, if you sold a lot of them, well, that would be the ultimate thing. So just don't have that one that you're going in there with. Have some other ones as well. You know, maybe people were like really intrigued by it, and if you notice that a great number of people were intrigued by it and were really interested, even though they didn't buy it, and but that could be one standard of achievement that you can mark for yourself. So you would take that feedback, and you would just sort of map it out like this. You are basically going in with sort of a measurement that helps you to be aware of all the forms of success and possibilities of opportunities for you, this product, and the audience that you're trying to reach, so that you're getting or gathering some kind of intel for yourself. So this, it may not be the success that where you sell any of them, or that you or get anybody to, but that you see that there's an interest. This will help you to figure out how to tweak what you're offering in a way that people can make better use of it. So maybe you want to create a questionnaire and ask and have that available. How would you use this if you were to buy this product? Or if it's not a product, it's something a service you're offering. Create an evaluation so that at least if somebody doesn't buy something, that you walk away with information that you can go back and look at and figure out your next step, to adjust. So, and again, because you have many tools in your bag that you can pull out, that you can, to make this work. So the thing is, don't give up on the first try, the second try, the third try. Keep working, okay? And find some tools like this, different standards of success, in order to keep you motivated, inspired, okay, and intrigued and interested in what you're doing, because your passion is what people are going to pick up on and what's going to inspire you. So if you find other standards of achievement or success, then you'll stay high vibrating throughout the process. So let's say if it's this convention or somewhere where you're standing in a corner, it could be any place. It could be in a building, it could be outside. I'm just getting, this is like you got this innovation, this idea, this product, something, a service, something you're trying to put out there, and I'm seeing the word prosperity. But just remember that can be in many forms, and we need you to be open to all those forms so that you don't miss out, okay? So this is sort of how Archangel Uriel is kind of coming through right now and giving us this guidance to just open our arms. Now the magician has his arms wide stretched open, and this is how the effort, I'm just seeing on the, this is how he releases the effort, meaning to stop trying to force things and to take in. So you may be trying to move something, but what they want you to do is receive something greater, more valuable to you than that highest standard of measurement of success that you may have. All right. So let's take a look at the card. Let me see if I can just leave this up here, those words. It says, trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. And that kind of fits with the magician too, and that idea of go for it, okay? This is not something you've done everything that you need to do. Now you just need to go for it. You need to just trust and take action on what you believe. Okay, and that knowledge will come through the doing. All right, and so here's that card. I think in the meditation earlier, talking about leaning on others for support. So here's that card to confirm that the Ten of Fire, and the fire suit or wand suit deals with your business, your achievements in life, goals, dreams that you're pursuing, and this card, it comes at the end of the cycle. Tens represent like sort of beginnings and endings. Um, like here's the result, and then here's where you need to move, the next direction you need to move in. And so this card kind of says, okay, well, the one thing you want to keep in mind at the end of all of this is that you don't want to do it. You don't want to be this, put yourself in this predicament where you just take on the load of everything on your back. If you take on the load of everything, then your achievements end up weighing you down. Your goals, your objectives end up weighing you down because using too much effort. You're doing it by yourself, and you don't want to get to reaching any goal and realize that you don't have any room to enjoy it. And this card sometimes indicates physical health, like that. That you can work yourself so too hard that you make yourself sick. Or you stress your body, you stress yourself out, or you overwork your body and cause it to feel drained of energy. And so then what was it all for? This card reminds you of, if that's all you get out of it in the end, is that you've reached the end of your goal and you're still working just as hard as you were when you started with the ace. And the ace was light and full of energy. You were something, came in and gave you a charge, and just fueled a whole new passion and gave you all this energy, and by the end you run out. That's where you're supposed to be gaining momentum, gaining energy, really finding yourself at the height of your passion, of the experience, really enjoying it and ready to go on. So in this card, if you haven't learned that lesson now look, if the situation turns out in such a way that you just feel like you're just stuck or just really weighed down, then this is the time to make the changes, right? To ask for help. All right, start delegating, working with others to help you, engaging people of like mind, who have the same work ethic and goals of achievement. People who are just as passionate and committed to doing their work well as you are. And that means, and it also means that, you may have to share some of your achievements with them, because since the wands are about achievement and not so much about the money, which would be the 10, the pentacles, but achievements here is what the wands are all about, or the fire. So you may have to share some of the rewards of those achievements, meaning you may have to share the spotlight, but at least you get your purpose is fulfilled. And isn't that what you really have come here to do? To fulfill your purpose. That's something far greater than everything that you're going to get from fulfilling your purpose. Those are the consequences. That's automatic. But what you really have come to do is to fulfill something. And you can't fulfill it by cutting out by taking it all on, weighing yourself down, and missing out on the opportunity to work with others who can really expand this achievement beyond what you were even perceiving or expecting. So just keep that in mind. All right. Let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. Okay. And like it says on one of the things it says on this card, life is out of balance. It says the other things that I've said too, like too much work, accept help from others, but life is out of balance. Stress-related health concerns. So pay attention to where life is out of balance and seek to seek a solution, seek an opportunity that will allow you, or if one is placed in front of you, don't reject it. Be open to it. Okay, so we have here the Six of Water, and this is interesting for this card to come in. So there's this emotional experience here, and this card usually relates to sort of looking back or something, having this feeling of the past, being sort of in this sort of rosy lens, looking at the past, looking back with, oh, things were so good back then, back when, and I'm not quite sure of the context of this card right now in this reading. Let me just sort of take a look here. So I'm seeing sort of, it's interesting, I'm seeing a ballerina standing in front of this magician's table. And what it's giving me a sense of is that something is holding you back. Like there was a prior dream, a prior career. And most of us know this very well. It's like same thing with me in music and doing what I'm doing now, and other things that I've done, teaching and church work as an organist, and sometimes you think that, or you kind of look back at those things, and when you see where you are, and you wonder, right? So, or you're drawn back and you're thinking, oh, that was I was so happy, or fulfilled, and it's just one of those distractions that just comes up, because when you're making changes in your life, and all that you've lived, all that you've lived, including those things, has caused you to become who it is who you are today, and what you are living today. So you got there, you just don't know how you got there, because sometimes change is very subtle, and then sometimes change is loud and clear, and disruptive, and so forth. So it's going to be really important for you, and it's interesting that this comes right after that card of burdening of achievements, and so you're sort of allowing this old. It's like looking back at a version of yourself that no longer really is there. I mean, your heart's not in it. You enjoy it, you still love it, you appreciate it, but you're not there. And it's not in alignment with who you are now. And the only reason that you look back on it with regret is because you're looking away from the integrity of your truth as it has become realized today. And you can't ever be happy when you turn away from your truth. So it serves no purpose for you to look back and wonder especially if where you are today is something new. And, I know that I didn't ever realize that I could be this happy. I didn't even have an idea of what this level of joy and experience is. I mean, I couldn't have fathomed it or imagined it if somebody just wrote it out in the best words when I'm doing this work. I couldn't have imagined it. And I know I've never experienced it before. And so it confirms for me that this is where I'm supposed to be. And so it's like the same thing for you. You have to trust what you're experiencing now in the present. You can't really understand something that's already passed and you're no longer able to live it again. Meaning the past is in the past, and you cannot be experiencing it, when even though you are reflecting upon it and you're sort of drawn there in your mind, you are not really there, and the feelings aren't um, about that experience are no longer real to you. So therefore, they're not true. They are a possibility, but they're not real. What you are experiencing now is real, and this is where you have to focus yourself and um, sort of take great delight and appreciation of the experiences that you are, emotional experiences that you are experiencing, because you know these feelings right now are live and vibrant. I mean, they like the recording is like almost like I'm recording this right now, and so like it's like what you're experiencing right now emotionally. Your being is recording this in the present tense. This is what is real because it's recording this now. Those recordings are no longer, they're not live. It's like, does that make sense? So like only you can only go by the live recordings, emotional experiences of your life, not the past ones or the future ones, because they're not live. It's uh, like when you get this, well, not a good example, but the idea is like if I were to sort of record this live on YouTube right now, and so you're hearing it live. So you know what I mean, like when you're recording something live, and we want you to stay with your present tense experiences, because they're live recordings, live coming to you right now from, like someone, one of those, the Saturday Night Live says, we're coming to you live from the blah, blah, blah. So it's that this is your life right now. This is the experience. Be present with it. Okay, so let's take a look at the card for the weekend. And look at this, the King of Fire. So here, this is interesting. And we have a fire in the lamp here of Archangel Uriel. So this is really about your passions this week, your purpose, achievements, etc. And the King of Fire is sort of the visionary, right? And he's sort of your goal in this suit of wands or fire, so it looks like that you're able to somehow get focused, that you get yourself sort of stuck, you draw yourself back into the present, and when you do, you access all of the ideas, the insights, you become inspired and motivated, and you're able to, as the card says, communicate with vision, all right, and be a leader. So the thing about this is that, and this card says advice from someone creative, and that's what we were talking about earlier, so this confirms that part of the reading, that someone like the King of Wands will come through and provide you that creative insight that you need. So be open to this person. This person can come across kind of strong, like, and they may, I'm not going to say that this person is going to be like, emotionally sensitive to you, towards your feelings, but this person definitely can really give you some strong, give you a strong sense of direction. And so, although, yeah, they may push you out of your comfort zone, but you can. But the thing is that you can rise to it. I mean, they will, and they're going to be good at helping you to feel as though you can step out of your comfort zone. So the only thing you got to worry about is afterwards you may contract a little bit around this and start going back into your head and being critical. But don't, keep your mind open. Keep focusing on your passion and your desire to fulfill this purpose, And then this is where you're going to just bring in some extra support to help you bring together resources, very talented and able resources to help you to accomplish this expanded goal that possibly this person brings, like this, like someone like a king of fire will bring, and sort of ignite your your flames, your inner flames, and you're off and running, and onto a whole new, or an expansion of this. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of your spiritual fire. It's one of the things I want to say about this is, like, notice that in this card, well, in this whole suit of this card deck, that the dragon starts off as an egg and then grows to this mature an adult state. So this also something, a sense about your spiritual fire, your purpose is maturing as you're going through all of these stages and sometimes challenges and obstacles. All of this is making you stronger. It's making you, giving you more confidence and security, because the king of fire is someone who's very confident. I mean, if you know any Leos or Sagittarius, areas that they have a lot of confidence. So and they love the spotlight, and sometimes and so they can be a little overbearing, but in that regard, but they're really good, and they're because they're so sure of themselves that, like, they have this clarity. So don't be afraid. So one of the things is that what you can notice in your reflection is that this is maybe what you're running away from, is being in the spotlight, being seen, standing out. I don't know why they're showing me the Eiffel Tower, but the one thing I can think of is the symbolism of this is like it's. I hate to say this out loud, but I mean it's like well, yeah, it stands out, right? It's this tall symbol, sort of like one of the many phallic symbols, it represents for me sort of a manifestation. So you may be afraid of the masculine energy of manifestation, the active, and going forward and actually having something happen. When those other people come through and support, now you have no reasons to not take steps, and so to fulfill something. So just be aware that a lot of things, even knowing when you need help and you should take help and don't take help, is because all of those are delay tactics. It keeps you from focusing, which is a king of fire would say here. And so you may meet creative people who will jump in, and they'll help you get there, and that means that you're going to focus, and that could be a fear. So just be aware of that, but you have nothing to be afraid of, because as Archangel Uriel says, you know what to do. You're the magician. You know, you have bags of tricks. You know you're persuasive, so trust yourself. Okay, and look at this. And we have the sun card that I pulled from the bottom of the deck. All right, and put it right over that nostalgia there, and shine some truth into that, and let all that go in the past, and and trust. Here we're talking about success. Here, this is what the sun card means: energy. The sun is given energy. So there's this your solar energy is empowering you and feeding all of your goals, and giving you revitalizing things that may have waned a bit, and so forth. So this is again confirming with Archangel Uriel, trusting your brilliant ideas, as it says, it says brilliant new ideas that lead to success, a happy outcome. Have confidence in yourself. All of these sort of embody that magician that I was seeing in a vision that Archangel Uriel gave to me from the Marseille French tarot decks. So this is saying that you have you have something here, an idea that can really be successful, but they want to remind you to set different standards of success for yourself, so that you don't fall into a pit of disappointment. If you only have one standard of success, and that is I sold everything, or that people like what I do, like what I'm offering, then you set yourself up to have many places, holes to fall into for that represent disappointment. Create more standards of success for yourself. Have different levels that measure this, so that you can always feel as though you're getting feedback and support and encouragement. This is a way to encourage yourself, so you don't have to depend on others completely. Obviously, this process that I'm laying out for you does require feedback, but it's that you've created more levels of it for you to notice, so that you can feel successful more often than not. Is that clear? So if that is clear, and I feel that it is, I send you lots of love and angel blessings. And I thank you all for joining us here this week. This is going to be, it feels like a fascinating week. It feels like, that image of the screen and bleeding onto the aisles, like that, like it's almost like meeting the hand, touching the hand of God. So that is to say that your dreams fulfilled, God's carrying them, and it's almost like it feels like that there's some way to bring it to you. You have an opportunity to cross that threshold and reach your goals. What you believe was impossible, right? Because stepping onto a screen seems unimaginable and impossible to do, but somehow there is an opportunity in the universe for the impossible to become possible. And so in order for that to happen, you have to have a very open mind, not only just like wide lens mind, and perspective, kind of thing. So if you're looking for an angel reading, you can go to my website at theangelschool.com if you feel like this is resonating with you in some way, or any of the readings that we've been that I've posted recently, and you felt called to work with me. Those are the best readings. And when you feel that call, everything just comes together to allow you and I to connect. And so you can go to my website, theangelschool.com, on the services page, where you can sign up for a reading. If you're first time angel reading, there's a first time promotional discount there for you. So you can sign up there. Also, if some people, if you're looking to work on, because you're having fears and you're feeling blocked and you can't sort of find perspective, and you are having trouble seeing within yourself you achieving goals, there's the Divine Roadmap sessions there that are 10 sessions, and if you get them all together, one of them ends up being free for 10 weeks, where we could work with you on working through those mental blocks. I don't believe anything is blocked, but we just stop flowing with the energy. So that's what my job is, kind of help you to do that. And so I better stop because the clock is going to run out here. But thank you all, and don't forget to go to our webpage below for Twitter, for our daily card messages as well. You can find that link below, the Twitter link below. Thank you for joining us, and thanks for your comments, and thanks for subscribing. God bless you all, and have a beautiful, beautiful week.